When I look at number 7 from rational functions 2, I recognize that the degree in the numerator is equivalent to the degree in the denominator, and that tells me I will have a horizontal asymptote. I will have a horizontal asymptote that is created by creating a ratio of the leading coefficient in the numerator divided by the leading coefficient in the denominator. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And our horizontal asymptotes will always start with y equals. In this case, it will occur at 3. And when we have a horizontal asymptote, remember there will be no slant or oblique asymptote. We also can go ahead and see that I think this is factorable. So f of x is going to break out. I can take out a 6, and I can also take out a 2, and then I recognize that this is equivalent to x plus 1 and x minus 1, and this is equivalent to x plus 3 and x minus 3. So after I identify if there's going to be a horizontal asymptote and what it would be, or if there's going to be a slant asymptote based on the degrees in the numerator and the denominator, then I'm going to factor whenever possible. And why do I do that? Because I can easily see here that we have vertical asymptotes at 3 and negative 3. So we have that, and I can also see, so that's determined here by the equations x equals 3 and x equals negative 3, taking each one of these, setting equals 0 and solving. I can also see that we have, if there's any variables in the numerator, I want to take and set this equal to 0 and solve, and I can see that we have an x-intercept at negative 3 setting equal to 0, and an x-intercept, if I said 3 I meant negative 1, at negative 1 and at positive 1. So negative 1 and positive 1, and I can determine the y-intercept by coming up to the original. I'll substitute 0 in for x, so 0 squared times 6, this is 0, and this is 0. So when I cross these out, because they contain zeros, I have negative 6 over negative 18. So my y-intercept then is negative 6 over negative 18, which reduces to 1/3. And that's enough key points for me to see what this looks like. Now, how do I know are the next parts going to be down here or up above? I'm just going to choose one number to the right and one number to the left. So one number to the right would occur at 4 and also at negative 4. Now, I believe that it's easier, just my preference, to come up here and plug them in versus this, but that's up to you. So 4 plus 1 is 5, so I have 6 times 5, 4 minus 1 is 3. Plugging in down here, I have 2, 4 plus 1 is 7, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So over here I have 30 times 3 is 90 over 2 times 7 times 1 is 14. I'm going to grab a calculator really quick here. I know 90 divided by 15 is 6. 90 divided by 14 is approximately 6.4. So 6.4 is when I plug in 4. There's 3, there's 6. 6.4 is right about there. Okay, and then I will do the negative 4. So I have 6, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5, 2 times negative 4 plus 1 is negative 1, negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. Now let's just do some math here. On top, so you have the exact same numbers, and 2 negatives make a positive. I still end up with 90. On the bottom of the same numbers, but the signs 2 negatives make a positive. I still end up with this. So I still get that 6.4 over here. So 6.4 would be right about there. And now I've graphed my function.